for ideas, you're not the only one. Coming up with ideas for your pillar content can be so overwhelming because you want to create something big and exciting and engaging for your audience. And so you just end up sitting, looking at your Google Doc and not knowing even where to begin. Well, I've been doing this content thing for a little while now and I've picked up some strategies and tips that I want to share with you. So keep watching to find out what my 10 tips are for creating pillar content and how you can start getting those ideas flowing. Hello, I'm kateemiley and I'm a brand and content strategist and I love helping small businesses like yours build their brands online. So this is part 2 of the content strategy series. So if you've missed out on part 1, go and watch that one now. It's about the 5 steps to creating a 3-month content plan. And this is kind of like the backbone to your content strategy because without a plan, you're going to be just throwing ideas at a wall to see what sticks. So go and watch that one if you haven't already. But in today's video, I'm going to be sharing 10 tips to creating great ideas for your pillar content. So first things first, what is pillar content? So pillar content is a meaty piece of content that you create consistently, weekly ideally, but if you can't do it weekly, that's fine, so long as you have a consistent schedule as to how often you can produce this pillar content. So this might be your blog or a YouTube channel or a podcast, but my number 1 tip is to just choose one platform and stick to it. Because if you're trying to do all 3, you're going to do all 3 really poorly and you're not going to be able to actually leverage this content in the best way and end up wasting a whole lot of your time. So especially when you're starting out, I know you're really excited to do a bit of everything, but the problem is it just doesn't work like that. Once you're nailing one platform and you're ready to scale up, then that's when you can start to bring on new platforms and go from there. So pillar content is what gives you Google juice, and what I'm talking about there is SEO basically. So search engine optimization is really important for your brand to succeed online. So search engine optimization comes across every platform. So creating this content online somewhere is going to be beneficial for your brand. But the cool thing about pillar content is that it's a nice big chunky piece of content that you can pull other little pieces of content from for your social media and emails. So it's a really great place to start, and it means it's created this awesome piece of content that you can start repurposing across all your other platforms. So stay tuned for next week's video because that's all on repurposing content. So if you're not subscribed to my channel, make sure you do and hit the bell so you can be notified when that video goes live. So first things first, choose the platform that you're going to play on. Are you going to play on YouTube? Are you going to play in a blog on your website? Or are you going to go on Medium? Are you going to have a podcast? Drop your answer in the comment box below because I'd love to see where you're creating content. So you need to create a value-packed piece of pillar content for your audience, but you're stuck on ideas. Well, I'm going to share 10 tips for idea generation that I use in my business and for my clients' accounts as well. So these are some really great tips that are going to help those ideas start flowing. So number 1 is customer questions. So go through your DMs as well as your email and any Q&As that you've had with your ideal customer or your customers and answer those questions. 2 is your ideal customer questions. So these are people that aren't actually your customers yet, but you can do a bit of research and see what they're asking the wider community. So you might want to have a look on platforms like Reddit or Quora or Facebook, Facebook groups especially, to see what people are asking and be able to create content that answers those questions. As a little bonus, you might be able to answer some of those questions on the fly and get some people over to your site or over to your content and start building that relationship with them straight away. 3, engagement rate. So have a look at the content you've created in the past, especially on your social media platforms, whether it be an Instagram post or story, and see what people have engaged with. So even if they haven't asked you questions from this particular post, but they've liked it or commented on it, it means that it's something that they're interested in. So creating content around this topic is a really great idea. 4 is a competitor review. So have a look at what your competitors are putting out there and see what content is getting a lot of engagement from their audience, because it's likely if they're putting out content to their audience, they're going to be responding exactly the same way as your audience will. But even if it's not competitors, then you might want to look at blogs or news articles and see what articles are performing really well, what are getting comments, what are getting great reach, and create content around those sorts of topics. 5, Google search. So write in your topic or your main general area that you want to talk about into Google, and then at the bottom you'll have related searches. So these are a bunch of keywords and keyword phrases that you might want to create content on, but also have a look at what the top 10 articles that are coming up and what sort of topics they're talking on. So these are going to be basically your competition for pillar content, but they're also a great way to see what are the pieces that are doing really well. 6, hashtags. So have a look at some of the hashtags that maybe you're using in your Instagram strategy or even just around your topics or content that you're wanting to produce, and have a look through some of the posts that have been posted on those hashtags and see how the types of engagement that they're getting, what sort of comments, questions, and that sort of thing. You might also like to see if there's any community hashtags that you might be able to jump on the back of. 7 is surveys. So if you've got a list of at least 100 people, whether that be on your email list or a list of customers, then send out a survey. You can do this for free using SurveyMonkey or Typeform. And make sure you ask open-ended questions so you can get a lot of detailed answers back. 8, topic generators. So there's a few topic generators around, but the HubSpot one is pretty cool. All you need to do is add 5 nouns based on your topic or even your ideal customer, and then it gives you topic ideas. Some are a bit naff, but that's okay because there's some really great ideas to get started on. 9, top sellers. So have a look through Amazon's book top sellers to see what sort of books within your niche or that talk about the topic that you like to create content on, and see what books are selling really well, what do they talk about, and then also have a read through the comments because there may be some questions or some feedback in there that might spark some ideas. 10, brainstorm. Nothing beats an old-fashioned brainstorm session with yourself or with your team or with your ideal customer, but the most important thing is to actually allow yourself the space to brainstorm properly. So to get all your ideas out, and then either keep this brainstorming page on your desk so you can refer back to it whenever you have a new idea and you can jot it down, or maybe you want to put it in a tool like Trello or something like that, or in your notes section on your phone, so you can keep adding ideas to it as they come up in your head. So I hope your head is buzzing with ideas for pillar content. But if you haven't downloaded my freebie, my content strategy guide, go and do that now because it goes through these tips in a bit more detail, as well as shares the 5 steps to creating a 3-month content plan. So go and do that one now, but I will be back here next Tuesday with part 3 of the content strategy series, which will go through how to repurpose content. So this will save you a bunch of time and ensure that the content that you're creating gets as much bang for its buck. But that's it from me for today. So I'll be back here next Tuesday with part 3. So until then, bye for now.